The ceiling fans? They're very attractive.
Coming soon to wherever your televised vision plays your programming. It's the new series, Yellowstone, Part Ducks. It's the story of a family, a very corrupt family, a son and his, kind of dimensioned father, and they're always fighting. Both of them are confused, and we're confused. The father says, I found stuff in your house shouldn't be there. I'm putting you in jail. And the son says, oh yeah? Well, I found even more stuff in a bunch of your places. I'm going to put you in jail. But the thing is, neither one of them know. They're just puppets to the real master. No, the real master. And so, they all play their part. Who will win? Well, he doesn't know. Coming soon to the televised vision near you. Yellowstone. Part Ducks.
Satellite tracking continues.
It's time to go down the rabbit hole. The ceiling fan man. You dig?
Crank up the music. Keep an eye on the back.
Hold on. There's an error. Error. The music's not playing. After all that. Bless you. Oh, shoot. Okay. Ever have one of those days you didn't want to come to work? It was today. Oh, stop it, she says. Okay. Hang on. We'll fix this. Good night, nurse. What's going on here? Hi, everybody. Sort of. Oh, shoot. Okay, clickety click. We'll go here. Where is it? Do. There it is. Okay. All right. Now we have to... Let's see.
This presentation is provided to you.
Okay, that's where it is. But it's not playing on you guys. Okay, a few more clickety clicks and we should be there. Talk amongst yourselves. Sorry, everyone. Where is it? Why isn't this working? This one. Still not here. Okay. So how are we going to play this? There's got to be a way to make this work. Picture go forward. Let's see. Let's put it, I know we can do. Put it up here. No. Nah. Okay. So we're going to take it from here and we're going to move it to that. And then we're going to go on to here and look for it. See if it it did show up. Okay. And then we're going to move it over. I know this is very helpful to the audience, what I'm doing here. But in the end, you'll be grateful. Or not. Okay, so we go to this one. Okay, I can watch it, but I need you all to watch it, so that's not working.
The content on this channel
Oh, be
should not
quiet.
used to replace professional, financial, medical, or legal advice.
He won't shut up. Okay. Story of my wife. That's what she would say. Okay, let's see. Let's try one more time here. We'll go here. Is it there? No, it's not even there. Great. Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong screen. Okay. Is it there? Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. Open this one. Oh, my goodness gracious. I should, you know what? While I'm doing this, here, you guys, here's the Yellowstone part 1. And then hopefully I'll have this ready to go. I apologize. This is horrific. Here, watch this and I should be ready to go.
The ceiling fans? They're very attractive.
Coming soon to wherever your televised vision plays your programming, it's a new series, Yellowstone. It's the story of a family, a very corrupt family, a brother and a sister. Both of them are very beautifully successful, and they fight all the time. The brother says, "Sister, I'm gonna put you in jail. I know stuff about you." And the sister says, "Oh yeah? Well, I'm gonna put you in jail because I know stuff about you." But the thing is, neither one of them know. They're just puppets to the real master. No, the real master. And so, they all play their part. Who will win? Well, he doesn't know. Coming soon to the televised vision near you. Yellowstone.
Satellite tracking continues.
The little circle thing circling. Okay. So let's try this again. We'll give this guy.
Crank up the music. Keep an eye on the back.
Oops.
This presentation is provided to you to amuse or entertain and not to conform or inform. The content on this channel should not be used to replace professional, financial, medical, or legal advice. All footage taken and used from...
I mean, seriously, that was ridiculous, right? For such a high quality show, this is ridiculous. So
This presentation is provided to you to amuse or entertain and not to conform or inform. The content on this channel should not be used to replace professional, financial, medical, or legal advice. All footage taken and used from public sources falls under the fair use of the Digital Millennial Copyright Act of 1998. Therefore, no breach of privacy or copyright has been committed. This show is substantially sourced, not affiliated with any community, club, fraternity, or gang. Your cat may vary.
dark and stormy night, and a ship full of blue paint crashed into a ship full of red paint. Sadly, both the crews were marooned.
Satellite tracking continues.
Wow. Wow. You get one more. Wow. Hey, everybody. Sorry about all that. But hey, that's just what proves to you, I guess, that I'm just a normal guy, or somewhat abnormal, as they say on Young Frankenstein. Turn the camera on and clickety click. There we go. Hair's looking, I'd say pretty good today. Thank you, Lord. I like it. Good to be seen by y'all. We made it again, another Friday. Whoop, whoop. I barely made it. I mean, I'm having troubles with these different computers. Oh, see, now this one's giving me a thing here. Hold on. This is the one that I have this old one here that I make the little things. And I took apart another computer because, you can learn everything on YouTube. And I'm trying to get the right card, video card maybe, to put over in that one. But doesn't that look like a city? This is like what we talk about on Jen and Shapu's channel. Look at that. We live on a circuit board. Because you can find in the desert, we show shows. Woo! We show shows where there's you could see stuff. All right, that's enough out of you. You can see like entire neighborhoods that are planned out that aren't there. It's pretty wild. And don't forget, like Elon Musk's cars work off of some other internet service thing that we don't know about, apparently. So there's that too. But hey, bless you. Hey, everybody. Glad to be here. And wow, yeah, it's just been a lot going on this week. And there are many times I really think about how do I have to do this again? And especially during, these seasons coming up here. There's a lot going on in people's lives and stuff. And so I also figure that that's part of it, of whatever this is, whatever this blessing that God gave me to talk to you all, to give you a few hours of whatever this is, entertainment, comfort, whatever you want to call it, and camaraderie. The chat's beautiful. I love you all in the chat. You just have your own show. They're wonderful. And, but it was like, I can't stop doing this, definitely during the holidays, because the holidays are two things. They're all made up, of course, you figure that out. But we still live in this world, and it's people around us. This is what's happening, or experiencing it. And so we engage in it, of course. We have family, and we want to do the Thanksgivings and the Christmas and stuff. It's beautiful. It's wonderful. It's a time for a great gathering. And so, if you have ideas as far as where a lot of the origins are. All these obviously are pagan. We just have to remember that you can use a negative thing and use it for good. And so if you are blessed to where you can get family gatherings and stuff, okay, do it. And, maybe that's not the time you get to necessarily have a heart to heart conversation about the world as way we find ourselves today. Maybe it's not the time or place. There's always a time and place. But what I've found in my travels, because as my wife keeps reminding me, I've been doing this Friday show every night for over 2 years, but I've been doing live shows and been on the internet since 2017 when we started our process of figuring out the lies of the world. And so what I find is that there's a lot of people that this really is kind of the only connection that they have. And so I will continue to do this and work through and around my life and holidays to make sure that we can keep this connection. But I want to make it perfectly clear. I'm no one special. I'm not anyone's salvation. If I went away, this was my last show. Yeah, it would be sad. There'd probably be a period of mourning for most people, but no, you can do this without this show. This show, it was just designed at first to tell you, hey, I'm finding these weird things. Let's talk about it. And then it was like, hey, I found out that, there's a path and God's real, and just kind of nudge people towards it. And that's what this is about. And so, like I've told you all before, until I can come up with something that I can say to God when I meet him, why didn't I keep doing it? What was more important? And so for right now, I definitely know you all are more important. And so I'm really happy to be here with you. And it is sometimes a struggle. It's just, everyone gets busy and stuff in life. Things have been going on in my life that, and that's the other thing, this whole show tonight about don't fear the reaper. What I'm finding is there's channels on YouTube and they all talk, truth or whatever you want to say. They want to talk about the lies of the world or the shape of the earth or Mandela, all these things. But at the end of the day, the way I see it is the most important thing is to realize the timeline that we're on. And I don't believe that we're in a never-ending timeline, that if I mess up here, I'll come back as a fish or a frog or a butterfly or a human or whatever. And there's a lot of people that are banking on that. And the thing I would have to say is this. The people that have actually found God spiritually, I'm not talking about religions. We'll go into some religions tonight because I'm not religious. But the people that actually have found God and realize he's really real and there and he's with you and you can have a relationship with him, that fear goes away. The fear of basically death. Not saying you want it, I'm saying it goes away. Because now your options are live here for as long as God wants you, do the things that you're supposed to do, share the love and build your family and experience life and be grateful for the blessings of life. But then when that's over, you go to meet God. So it takes that fear away. Now, the other option is people that think that they're going to elevate out and become God or come back as some other thing in another lifespan. And maybe they've done multiple lives and stuff. What I have to say about this is nobody can prove their side. I'm not one of those people that like to sit here and say, this is the way it is. I'm going to tell you how it works. But no, here's what I'll tell you. If you're wrong, and this goes back to my Jewish heritage, we always kind of hedge our bets, just in case. And if you're wrong, if I'm wrong, and I'm not, the book, as the Bible ends, and then we all go see God, and then there's some really nasty stuff for people that just don't get it or refuse to. If I'm wrong, well, then I'll just come back as a butterfly or a frog, and you all can laugh at me, and no harm, no foul. But if you think you're coming back, and maybe, just maybe, say 1%, I'll give you 99% that you're right. But are you going to guarantee yourself on that 1% to not try to make a connection with God, just in case I'm right. Because if I'm right, well, it ain't so good for you if you try to come back as a frog, if there ain't no coming back. So that's my whole spiritual religious topic so far tonight. So we'll let that go. I don't know where I came from, but and so am I. And so am I. We can't all be James Bond. Oh yeah, I'm kind of obsessed with it. They've been playing them free, and on Amazon, and yeah. So I've watched all the old ones, and now I don't know. About the only good thing about the new ones was the GoldenEye video game. Other than that, I think the rest of them kind of suck. Anyways, we covered that, and if you're not sure what I'm talking about, go back a few weeks on my channel. It's Ceiling Fan. It's a James Bond thing. It was a really good show. And I wanted to say hi to some people. My pen pal wrote to me again, and my goodness, did she write? She got 2 pages there and a page here, and shalom. Thank you very much. There's a joke in here. But I do appreciate it. No, it's and then there's a show she wants me to check out and stuff. But there is something that she said in there is something that she said. There's some people in her family that that she's concerned about and wanted prayers for. And I get that a lot in emails and stuff. And so I try to make sure that if I can every Friday, I'll remember to just to say a prayer for everyone, because they're not alone. I've got issues in my family where I've got worry. And so even though God says have no fear, that doesn't mean that worry and strife and things don't come into your life just because you find them. That's not how this works. But he is the comforter, and that's where you're supposed to turn to when you have worry and fear. And so, Father, please watch over us and guide us through these times. Protect our families and loved ones and friends and neighbors, wherever their travels are. May you send all the angels to watch over them and guide them through these times and bring them home safe. And if they're hurting or if they're in trouble, please, Father, help them. Reach out and help them and heal the family and heal the people that are hurting right now. There are people that I know that have lost close loved ones right now that are extremely in pain. There are people that are giving up, and it's not time. Don't give up. That's when you're supposed to reach out to God. That's what he's there for. So, Father, please unharden their hearts, open their eyes and ears, and have them reach out to you for this healing. I ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay. All right. I probably lost half the audience now. We talk any kind of spiritual thing. It's funny they dip out, but hopefully we didn't. Okay. So let's see. Let's get into some clickety clicks. And let's see. We'll go here. And let's see. Clickety click here and here and here and here and here. Why didn't that work? Oh, missed one. There we go. Okay, where should we start? Oh, and if you're over on Ceiling Fan Man 2, there's 2 people over there at least right now. You're on the wrong channel. Come over to Ceiling Fan Man 1. There's no chat here. I'm only running this so that way they'll keep it alive and not keep taking things away from it. I can't even promote my own links on this channel anymore because I didn't do enough on it. So if you're watching this, there's 3 of you. One is me. Go to another channel. Or maybe people have it open just to keep the number up. Anyways, thank you. And people on Rockfish, thank you. There's 4 people there. Thank you very much. Where should we start? Hey, if you're needing money, this isn't one of those crypto shows, but I found this company. They will pay you $2,500, and all you have to agree to is have them release 100 cockroaches into your house. This is in North Carolina. And so if you let them, God, this is disgusting. Just even thinking about it. They'll never be gone. 100 cockroaches, they're never going to be gone. And so they're going to do some kind of new type of killing thing for 30 days. And if it doesn't work, then they'll use some new other kind of killing thing that will work. But they promise you it's all completely healthy for your family. Meanwhile, 6 months to a year later, when they're long gone, you're going to have cockroaches. You can pay your rent for that month. Right. There you go. So I thought this was interesting. What's something you didn't realize was going to consume so much of your time as an adult? And if this isn't the truth, like when you're a kid and you're hungry, you just say, I'm hungry, and food appears. And then you leave and someone cleans it. But now making food, eating that food, then cleaning up all of the mess, and then planning what more food to buy because now I've eaten some of the food, and then going out and going to buy that food. So yeah, that's a lot. And now that my wife and I are trying our best to be more self-sufficient, it includes farming that food, farming those eggs, and then doing everything else. So that's the game that life plays. Is life keeps you so busy you can't do anything for yourself. So you work for people, you get some, fake paper, and then you buy the things that you want. You go to the store and the food's already done for you. Whereas used to be, you had to work for your food and living. And so it is way more convenient now, I'll tell you that. But nobody knows how to do anything. Nobody knows how to cook. Nobody knows how to grow food. Nobody knows how to, yeah. Anyways. Except for people that watch me. Yes, I do have cooking on this show. Excuse me. Okay. And, Turkey Day's coming up. That's why I thought I'd talk about food. And this came about. There was a Thanksgiving that we had here, and it was my first one with a bunch of vegetarians or vegans. And so I bought one of these things. They're called tofurkeys. You ever seen these? And the funny thing is after I cooked it, even they wouldn't eat it. So I don't even know what's in these things, but no bueno in my eyes. And then, of course, did you know that they have honey that doesn't come from bees? So that's good. So you've got bee-free honey, and it goes along, where'd it go? I don't want to add it to cart. It goes along with this cheese that has no milk. It's got hemp, coconut oil, tapioca flour, yeast, apple cider vinegar. I don't know. Maybe it tastes good, but I just want the cheese. That's one of my downfalls is cheese. Real cheese. Just is. Because otherwise you guys see these videos where they tell you how to cook something. It's not easy to make a cooking video like I can't stand the music. Everything's deep fried now. If you watch any of the new videos and stuff, they fry everything now. But this one I thought was perfect because that's the ending you should get if you put a Snickers and a pickle and you fry it. Where's my tiger? If I can find him fast enough. Where is he? Oh, here he is. What's next? Oh, in the spirit of Thanksgiving, who doesn't want to see a pumpkin versus an AK-47, right? Here we go. Yes, I do. Breaking news. Here, let me get off the pumpkin. How do I get out of this? Where are you all? Stop sharing. Oh, go back over here. Okay. Breaking news with Ceiling Fan Man. Take it away, Ceiling Fan Man. So, sorry, this is another one of those my wife's better than your stories. But look at this. I didn't even know she could do this. She has a grandson that She's desperately getting this done for his birthday. But look at that. Is that amazing? I don't even know how you do this stuff. She just sat there doing this, yelling at me, telling me to do everything else. But it looks beautiful. So there we go. Thank you. That was nice show and tell. She also makes soaps. You know, we just sold another 2 loaves of soap. We're making them right now. I gotta do that as a drop. Who's we? But yeah, you know what? I'll show you. I'll find the flyer if anyone is interested in her natural soaps. It's becoming quite a thing. But yeah, and then of course, look, I don't go on here and do what do you call pledge drives, but I will say this: if you find this show entertaining in some way, if you feel like it, there's all kinds in the description links, different ways if you felt like donating, you know, a cup of coffee or dinner. No, but whatever, we do appreciate it. And I did get, just before the show, thank you, Holly and Heather and Johnny. So thank you for your loving gifts. And I'm working on my Patreon page. I've almost got it to where I think I've got some Bible study audios that I'm doing. I'm going to hopefully do a podcast, and I'm going to try to send one over there to see get an idea of what you think. And I think that'd be a fun way to give them something, because I don't know what to do for my Patreons. So other than say thank you. So thank you. Okay. And Finn is here. Good to I can't see. Where's the screen? Hi, Finn. There he is. Rice Crispy. Oh, he says the melody. Oh, here we go. Hey, Richard. There we go. But you know, the fact that he showed up, I don't know. Hopefully Melanie is here, because if he showed up, he's tardy.
I don't feel tardy.
So, just saying. Okay, what do we have here? Where are we? Let me get rid of that. Okay. Where we got? We're over here. Okay, so we saw the AK-47 pumpkin. That's where we're at. Okay. The whole show got thrown off there for a second. It's easy to squirrel. So, okay. Entire screen, clickety-click. And I think we're this one. Yes. So we saw that. Oh, we got to see it again. Such violence. I can see why they're trying to ban those. Okay, what's next? Look, I'm not laughing. I'm sure everyone was fine. But the fact that you just built a bridge and then you have a ribbon cutting ceremony that collapses the bridge. I mean, there's humor in that. I can't help it. There's humor in that. It's like that piece of ribbon was the only thing holding. That's how well it was built. The tension of that was holding it together. Why does that clip? Or I guess they just had too many people at once, possibly. And but anyways. No one was harmed other than the bridge in this video. Okay, what's next? Oh, this is a beautiful display of misdirection. And this is exactly what's going on in the world today. They make you watch nonsense, and then you don't realize what's really happening. I mean, this is really freaking this guy out to the point where he's like having a panic attack, I feel. But he's the only one that's not in on this because of his viewpoint. So it is all about perspective. That should have been a ceiling fan man mug, but we'll let this go. And he's never used ketchup again, from what I understand. Okay. The religion thing. Since these tabs are just however they want to be. So looking into this, at first the Mormons, I felt, were very close to the values that I felt. But then when you dig deep into it, they really don't even look at the Bible. They only read the Book of Mormon, which is basically John Smith's idea of what God said, because he had some tiles dropped down to him and he read them and whatever. But if you just let all that go, the problem is they have all these ideas. Jesus Christ is Satan's brother. God lives near a planet called Kalub. Jesus is married to a goddess wife. Jesus has children from his wives. The Garden of Eden is in Missouri. Mormons are the real Christians. Before 1978, blacks could not get into heaven. Mormons baptize dead people. They believe they will become gods. They will get their own planet after death. And then they have this magic underwear. And the thing is these, I've looked this up. This is part of their doctrine, which I don't believe at all. See, this goes back to the same idea. They believe that if you elevate up and you do enough good deeds, you get to heaven through deeds, and you become your own God with your own planet. Now, I'm not making this up. They wrote this. And so it's just like the New Age people, or it's just like people that think they can elevate up and become God. They didn't invent that. That's Satan's idea. That goes all the way back to the very first person, being, entity that thought that they could become God. And that's Satan himself. So that's your Mormons. Then the same thing with, here's your Catholics. The Catholics say call a priest father, where he has the passages. Call no man father. Confess sins to a priest. Only Jesus can do that. Say your prayers to dead saints. They used to do that. That was part of the thing, because I had religious medals, and people would come in, and I'd special order them, and they all wanted either Saint Christopher, because he supposedly protect your travels. But then he got unsainted for a while and then resainted. I mean, look into it. It's ridiculous. And Mary, like, they pray to the Virgin Mary like she is equal to Jesus. And so they pray to these dead saints. And that's obviously, you can read about that in Deuteronomy. Mary is a co-mediator. See, that's what I'm saying. They were all buying the miraculous medals. And they pray to her, and they make idols. I mean, think about it. God says have no other idols. But let's just say, so Jesus shows up, and he comes into a church, and there he is up on the cross again. I mean, I don't understand. I wouldn't wear him hanging there on my neck either. I understand maybe if you want to wear a cross, I guess, but as long as you're not idolizing it. But the crucifix that I used to sell, mostly to Hispanic cultures, I don't know why they like the crucifix more. But I think that is part of the culture with the Hispanic Catholics. But I'm just saying, if you're going to be doing your best to practice these things that God's asking you to do, read up on this and double check some of these things. If it brings you comfort, okay, I see it, but just know that maybe there's other ways you can do it if it's incorrect. That's all I'm saying. Look into it. But yeah, that's and then I grew up Jewish, and they don't even want you to talk about Jesus. Basically, he was just a prophet like Moses. And so they're all the same, all the big organized religions. That's why I don't buy into it. I do have my small hat still. See, I got my small hat, and then if I have to run to Mexico, I've got my small Mexican hat. So I'm all set if I need to blend, because sometimes you need to blend in, right? And then there's this amazing thing about atheists.
God created the universe. And ask the nothing people, what happens when you die? They'll tell you, nothing. You go into nothing. I'm like, you mean you merge back with your creator? That's heaven, bitch.
So there you go. A little language, but you're all old enough. You'll figure it out. Isn't that great? If you want to find that is, bless you. That is, I'll put it here. Where are you all? Oh my God. What tab are you on? Here you all are. Why is this? Oh, that's not live. There we go. Okay. So we'll paste there. Okay. And then the rockfish people. We'll throw it over here. Okay. There we go. All right. So, pretty good. Okay. Pretty good. It's a good one, huh, Trisha? Yeah, it's a good one. What is this? You're working, building a mystery, choosing so carefully. It's got music. It sounds kind of familiar. I'm not sure what song that is. But, and High Plains Drifter had a good run. I don't know why you're stopping. Don't stop. And Okay. I get everybody. I'm just trying to get to that. Okay. Let's see. And I'm Groot. Hi, good to see. Scott Clark is here. And Mumsy Bear. And if you're all tardy, I would play the thing, but I can't get to it right now. Okay, what's next? Okay, this one, yeah. I'm just gonna post this link, and it's about Switzerland and how they have banned some types of mammography. It's a pretty good read, but if we discuss it here, that show and the channel could come down. So you all read it at your leisure, because I feel it's extremely important. Whoops, that's us. I feel it's extremely important, about mammograms, and what they do or what they don't do, and the potentials of harms and things that they could do. So I would like everyone that has breasts to read up on that article. I found it very fascinating, but I can't talk about it here. So, all right, let's go back in here. Clickety click. We'll go here. And that suck. It'd be nice if I could just sit here and we could have some fun. Then I go over some articles and go to the next thing like we used to. But it's getting disgusting on this platform. But it's the only one. No one goes to the other ones. And then we've got this. They allow me to show this every day of the week. I've been seeing a lot more people that are getting super copyrighted. Oh, we don't need the copyrighted music. It's just Spider-Man music because he catches that and then they all do the same thing. See if they can shoot webs. Okay. Now and then there's this. I don't even know if I want to play him, her, him, shim. But this is all about them centralizing banking and digital ID and the whole thing we've been talking about for 5-7 years, whatever.
We must ensure country leaders have the tools and expertise they need to make this work.
So, and you notice everything's going to an X. She's even wearing an X. Twitter became an X. There's a lot of X's happening. But yeah, so they're just slowly boiling the frog a little at a time. And, these articles, they get swept under the rug. Nobody really sees them except, the whatever 100 people that are watching here. Thank you all. But yeah, this is coming soon to a theater near you is the connection of digital ID. And we don't need that right now. All right. And your social credit system and your banking system and all that wonderfulness. So, all right. What's next? What do we have? Let's see. So the whole thing on this Don't Fear the Reaper and the celebrity death hoax things, it actually, for me, I've discussed a bunch of different ones over the several years on this channel, but Russian Vids is a channel I follow. I did a show with him. Maybe one day we'll do another one. It would be nice. But he did a new one about Matthew Perry and how so many celebrities have predict their deaths, or their character potentially is timed for it to move on, and they, quote, kill it off the same way that they told us in the past they were going to predict it. If you tell someone you're going to, if I said, I'm going to go to the grocery store, and then I get in the car and I go to the grocery store, did I predict that? No, I just told you what I was going to do. And if these people tell you they hint at how they're going to check out, and then they check out exactly that way, it's like telling you you're going to go to the grocery store in my mind. And they also like to make they call it celebrity death hoax, but that's the smoke and mirrors. That's like the guy watching the stuff come out of the box and not seeing it the right way. the celebrity death hoax where they announce someone's dead and then it turns out they weren't. Like I covered one. I thought the gal from Heart had died and then they were on tour. And I thought that's really gross, like one sister and one dead zombie sister. But no, there was another gal with the same name, and she was some jazz singer or something. And when she died, it got reported throughout the internet that it was the other one, the one from Heart. And so that's what they call celebrity death hoax. But that's not what I call a celebrity death hoax. What I call are things like, for instance, clickety click. We'll go here. Go here. Like this. This is a Nike commercial with Kobe Bryant. And let's see, we'll kill the audio. And I gotta try to make it good for the YouTube gods. Okay. And so what does he do? It's Kanye, right? The guy that found God just for an album, and then, he went back to his demonic self. And they're like, he's like a super villain in a helicopter. And of course, Kobe then takes and chucks the ball, and what blows up the helicopter? And says something like "Hasta la vista, baby" or something like that. And then it falls like lightning from the sky, this helicopter. And then he says, "Legends never die." And then you hear him like laughing like Satan and stuff. And there's the helicopter crash, right?
Now, major developments late today in the Kobe Bryant helicopter crash investigation. The preliminary report from the NT.
And so, and he's wearing orange. I mean, this isn't a Russian vid channel, but you can watch his stuff, and I'll show you where to find him. But, and then, like, when I looked at the crash site, and you can watch other helicopters that have crashed, and there's black smoke. I believe there's diesel fuel or some type of fuel, obviously, as opposed to, like, flare smoke, which is this, like, just kind of smoke bomb white
the new
stuff.
report on the crash that killed
So
Kobe
I don't
Bryant
know
was
what's going on there. I really don't. But the fact that they predicted it, not just in this commercial with Kanye, pretty cool explosion for a Nike commercial. But if that was like, oh, maybe not. Well, what about this? In 2017, when they showed you in the helicopter crash, who's this?
Oh shit! It's Kobe Bryant.
I mean, at what point, how many coincidences do you allow before you go, okay, something ain't right? Right? I mean,
Just pass me the trophies and we'll pull it.
so let's see. And then, go to Prince. And he was one of my biggest handlers. I loved his music. And in fact, I got to see him for a split moment. It was like my first concert, and my aunt took me to it, the coolest aunt on the planet, took me to see the Rolling Stones because I was too young. I couldn't go on my own. And we went there, and it was they had multiple bands. There was this big arena, the big Coliseum arena. And here, let me get off of this so I can see where you all are. I gotta see. So it was this huge. It was open seating and all that stuff. And it's actually really sad because she was she was dating a guy at the time, and it was them, and I was the ride along, And so they set us up in front of this gate, like cattle gates, they would call them, where all the people would stand. And he decided he wanted to go back and get something from the car. I don't even know what it was. But of course, by the time he got back to the car, they had opened up the gate, moved us like 2 gates forward and closed them behind us. And there was people filled in behind that. So we didn't even know how we'd ever find him. And this was not, I don't know if there was even cell phone really things back then. If there were, it didn't work. And so he never got to go. It was sad. He never found his way in because we had his ticket. And but the whole story of this was the Rolling Stones. It was Jay Giles. It was, let's see. It was Jay Giles, George Thorogood, Prince, and the Rolling Stones. And it's kind of like that thing they used to do in Sesame Street. One of these things is not like the other. One of these things doesn't belong. And at the time, Purple Rain had not come out, and he came out on stage like in his fishnets and whatever, and they didn't even give him a chance. Like, you're talking, like, what was it they had, the Hells Angels and stuff at Rolling Stones concerts? They were throwing not just beers, they were throwing bottles and stuff. That was back in the day when, you had stuff. And they were chucking this at the stage. And I watched him with his guitar, and he hit one bottle off, and then they stopped the set, and he raises both, like his hand or both middle fingers, whatever, and says, "F you all." And they walked off stage, and they dumped the tour after that. They weren't on, because the people, that was not the right audience for Prince. So, but I got to see that. Isn't that funny? But so then you go to, he gets to his heyday in Purple Rain and all that, and then he gets that, what was this place called, Paisley Park or something like that, his mansion. And yeah, and so he was found dead and coming out of this elevator. Wouldn't that be ridiculous to have pictures of yourself all over the house? Hey, hon, couldn't you like that if you walked into a room and every door you had to open up, you had to see me staring at you? Is anyone a good painter? Get in touch with me, and we'll. She said she'd love it. I love it. Yeah, see, she said she'd love it. That's fantastic. So yeah, he has. That's nice, and how sick is this that they post these pictures inside his house after he's dead and stuff, but or they want us to see it. Go back to the Russian vids. Look at that. You got the one eye whatever, and you got the shush and the whole bit. And here's his shoes. I doubt that. I bet he had way more than that. That seems ridiculous. Why would they show his pills? And why would he go to Walgreens? Come on. And anyways, what am I looking for? If they would show it. Oh, and then they take a picture, and it says, another picture shows a pile of white powder on a desk next to a spoon. It's not clear what the substance is. Really? You guys have no idea. Okay. And his vitamins, his door. Oh, well, this isn't the one then. Maybe it's here. No, it's not there. Well, in any case, he died. Wow, that's a good question. Everyone should ask. Where were they? It's like JFK. Where were you when Prince died? But hey, they found him collapsed outside his elevator, and you know what? RV does it way better than I do. Where is this one? Oh wait, here it is. And they have pictures of him supposedly. I'm not going to post them on here. You can go on Google yourself. But come on, I don't know. It's just it seems a little sus. But here, where is it? Oh, well, we'll go back to that when it's done playing its commercial. And I played this one. This guy says he's not Paul McCartney, even though he sounds just like him.
Got a telly? I'll say yes. He'll say, have you got a license? I'll say no.
And he looks just like him. And for a while, he was the caretaker of Paul McCartney's childhood home. This is like, to me, the original one of these, because supposedly he died in 1966. And on the White Album cover, you'll see it. It's got the VW bug that says like 28 if he had lived or something like that. And they sing about it. And that one song, it's one of the Ringo songs. Don't pass me by, don't make me cry, don't make me blue, because darling, I love only you. He says, he sings in there, you were in a car crash, you were late because you were in a car crash and you lost your head. And that's supposedly reference to what happened to him. Blah, blah. You can look into all that. But for years, and there's a whole channel, excuse me, Sage Aquaid does a whole Beatle hoax thing. And then I also covered David Bowie and how he was predicting his death, and he ended up dying and releasing an album where he was like, was it Lazarus, the guys that come back from the dead? And then this guy, Jack Stevens, after David Bowie died, does an interview who he looks amazingly like David Bowie and not himself anymore, because this is Jack Stevens. And he comes on there and, oh yeah, and then we go over the cult. He comes on there and pretends to be someone else.
I was just saying earlier that I actually felt that part of me had died. I mean, I have to say that's how much an influence he is, I think, to me. And
so that is not David Bowie. They're saying that is Jack Parsons. So why is this guy still talking? Okay. And now he's turning into an alien. That's what David Icke would say. But yeah, so I think this has been going on for so long. It's not a prediction. They tell you. It's like I said, they're going to go to the grocery store, and then when they actually go, you go, oh, wow, they predicted that. No, they told you in advance. They follow all this occultist stuff. And when you think about it, if our world is built on frequencies, and we know the occult world exists, and tones, and the dark world exists, the music, they're going to use, first of all, whatever these people are, they're going to use very talented people to do this, to make songs that will become in our heads, that we'll remember the lyrics and we'll sing them, and probably singing spellcraft and stuff. When you get together at a concert, you're probably doing some big thing. And it makes sense that they would use music as one of the, the biggest tools against you, because it goes right into our being. I mean, if we're made up of mostly water, you see what water frequencies do when they hear different tones in music. And so, yeah, so he's into all this fun stuff, this Kabbalah. You guys have seen this a bunch, I'm sure. But when you look at it all, it's all connected to the occult. And they straight up tell you 3 crucified scarecrows moving in holy ways. And it's a real creepy video. And then, he dies and so forth. And then, of course, it happened on the day he died, or I think the next day. So let's get rid of this. I got too many tabs. Kobe crash. Paisley elevator. Fall. That's what we call fake Paul. And here, where is he?
Perry of the TV show.
And he's talking about the Friends. And this is a Masonic sign, just like all the other one-eye things. And if you're going, wait, what is he talking about? I've shown this before, but there are a lot of new people. Thank you, Crow. There's a lot of new people do that. See, the thing is the powers that be that run this world, and we talk about nepotism and stuff, they go back generations to the beginning of time, basically. And a lot of it is this secret society of the Freemasons, and that's what all these symbolisms are. Like this one that they've got a lot of people believing means flat Earth, but it's a started apprentice of the fraternity of a Freemason. And they have the signs and the numbers everywhere, and you can see they're all connected. This is the Star of Remphan, and they hide behind it and pretend it's something else. But it's equal. This is also the Star of Remphan. And I know people, a lot of people, everyone I know that that do these shows or are affiliated in some way, has people in their past. Most of the time, I'm finding everyone has a grandmother or grandfather that was in this. But the thing is there's a whole bunch of people that don't know what's going on, and they are doing good works for the community. But the people I hang out with, maybe. But you go high enough and you get to this level that, there's really only way you get there. And it's no bueno. It's no bueno. So, just saying. But the signs are everywhere. Where was that? Yeah, there's a dude that showed up at one of those events and showed me this card. So they're all around us. They pretend that they're not, but they're there. There you go. Why would all these actors and actresses suddenly decide to do the same move? Why are they all doing it, the one eye thing? Yeah. Anyways, you guys get it, hopefully. Is that all my pictures? Where is it? Yeah, here we go. I think that's all of them. Okay. Oh, there we go. Politics for beginners. Okay. Back to where we were. What's going on down there? Oh, okay. I have a dog that clips her own nails. Okay. What's going on here? Clickety click. We'll go here. We'll go here. Where'd it go? Where were you all? Oh, here we were. We're over here.
Holding the glasses like
Okay. He's too loud for me. I gotta turn him down. Okay.
I pointed out before. With
And so it's the same thing. That it's this Masonic sign with the glasses is the same as the one eye. It's just letting you know who's doing this. And he goes through quite a breakdown on this, but he goes over this video game, I guess. So many ads. And I told you, they've even put ads on my shows that they say that are not, I can't make any ad revenue on, but they still have commercials on them. Yeah, they put ads on Jen's show and she's not monetized. So, okay, where is it? Let me go back. Go here, clickety click. Go here and here. And here. And here. And there. Okay. Okay, we're back. So he was covering the same thing with the this is what made me think about going over this. And I'll post this link in the chat too. But yeah, see, this is the elevator and then there's where is it? Chris Connolly, and he died of strangulation. And they have, more than one view of that. And Kurt Cobain supposedly died of a gunshot, doing the one eye. Everyone's doing the one eye. And so, yeah, there you go. Woe to the worthless shepherd who leads the flock. A sword will be on his arm, and on his right eye. His arm will be totally withered, and his right eye will be blind. And they're referencing this. So, but where was the whole thing on the elevator? Let's see.
Prince here, as you see here in his compound in Minnesota. Same concept of just an amazing coincidence when it comes to Prince. He has this very famous song about being in an elevator, and definitely this is another form of predictive programming.
So that's where he was referencing it, is that he sings about an elevator and then dies in one or in front of one. So it's continuing on. And then he did an entire thing on Matthew Perry and how he wrote, I think he wrote some kind of, here, he's this episode here. How come I can't, it won't play.
Was born Natalia.
Let's see, drowning.
33. And this is
and they go over it. He goes over it way better than I'm doing now. But he predicted this whole bathtub thing, and he even did some kind of tweet or something about it. And so what's the story on this? I don't know. It is sad because these are some of our favorite handlers, and when they take one away, whether he's really dead or they just killed his character off and he now lives some other life. The witness protection does it. Why do you think no one else can? Why can't Kobe Bryant now grow hair or wear a wig and then be somewhere else playing basketball or be off on one of their crazy islands doing God knows what? I don't know how this all works. I don't. Or maybe he is dead. But there's just way too many coincidences for me to believe that there wasn't something strategically put into that situation on his death, however it is or isn't. So, okay. Woof, woof, woof. All right. So let's throw this in the chats. So if you guys want to watch that, that's over on our V's channel. And hey, Some people disagree with him. I find the fact that I agree with pretty much almost everything he talks about, and he talks about God, and hardly anyone does. So how can I be angry at that? He and I differ on a few things, on the whole meat subject and the ME subject, Mandela stuff. But hey, that's horse racing. I see it differently. He sees it differently. But at the end of the day, we're both seeing it. The way out of here is not coming back as a moth or a mosquito or a bug or whatever, or butterfly. It's getting out of here through Jesus. That's the way I see it.
That's very true.
I just hadn't played him, so I wanted to play him. Okay. So holy cow, I've been looking at you guys at all today. Paisley is your favorite color. Oh yeah, okay, yeah. I mean, hey, my grandfather and grandmother were both. One was the Eastern Star. The ladies were always the Eastern Star. So yeah, that just happens. But oh, you're sweet. And that comes from a guy whose name has TV in it. So there. Okay. Yeah, it's all choreographed. I know it is. But it's like at some point, what do I talk about? And I have to talk about stuff. And I have a lot of people that don't see the world like I do. I forget, but I have people in real life that are watching me that know me in real life. And I want them to know I understand how they see it, because that's how I've always seen it. But now it's like my eyes have been opened and the veil's pulled back and I can't unsee it. And so I'm just going to talk about the way I see it as best I can on the censor tube. So
I don't care.
I don't even know why I played that one. I can play this one.
Drugs don't make your problems go away. They just create more.
They're making a movie of that again. They're actually doing that again. New He-Man. Because that's what the world needs. More superhero movies. That's all you get anymore is superhero movies. So, okay. What do we have here? Oh, I did want to show. Where's this one? Where'd it go? It is... Go back up here. I got two things. Stop. Okay, I got two things. I got one thing that was sent from one of my fans in Australia. Good eye. And he sent it and it came in upside down, so I had to move it around and make it so you all could watch it. But I think it speaks for itself.
Pay you a compliment. If I'd had a teacher that looked like you, I'd gotten an F too.
How cool is that? Look at that. I'm actually in it now. Is that funny? And there's Jen and Shampoo. Is that great? That's so great. Thank you, Steve from Oz. Steve from Oz. That's fantastic. And then I got one other thing. I think this was from him also. Man, if I messed that up and that was from someone else, I apologize. Let me know. But he sent me this. Where is it? Okay. And it goes, it's part of my Someone Should Get Fired series.
Someone should get fired over this, right?
And it's this. It's an old Batman show, which I loved. And look at that cake. Uh-oh. Someone should get fired. Because, see, that only has one line. So why would anyone on such an expensive prop on a show, because that prop looks really expensive. Hey, it was 1966 TV. And no one possibly sees the guy in the purple hat walking by. Like, the villains in this show were so easy to spot. I don't understand why they couldn't catch him, right? It's like, oh, the bank just got robbed. It was the Riddler. Oh, no, where is he? He's around the corner. He's that guy standing there in the green with the question marks and the bowler's hat. Oh, there he is. Like, how hard is it to find these people? But in any case, they need to get fired because that's wrong. There should only be one line. There was never two lines, just like this bag of money is wrong. That is wrong. So, thank you, Stephen from Walls. Good eye.
That was someone's getting fired, is what that was.
And for those you don't know, I've done the dollar too. Here's another one. So besides shows you can watch on YouTube, there are movies. So I put on a movie. Uh-oh. He doesn't seem to like this. You know why? Because it was never that way. See, he got too many lines on his dollar. Someone's getting fired.
That was someone's getting fired, is what that was.
So, yes. And I don't know if he's here or not, but yes. Oh, I love that one. I am Groot. Something suddenly came up. That's the football one, right? No, that's the other one. The football's the other one. No, something suddenly came up is when they didn't want to date someone. Yeah. Alice had laundry. Yeah. She wasn't there. She doesn't deserve to be there. So, let's see. Where are we at? Okay. Did I get everything? Did I get everybody's comments there? Okay. Okay. Let's see. And what is this? He's Dr. Dre keeps their heads ringing video, $signs, and ATM with 2 lines. Okay, I'll check that out. Isn't that funny how that connects? The joke that I didn't say was a joke by Dr. Dre, apparently. She wrote, I'm not even sure. Let's see. I have it on here. What does it say? It says, what is brown and rhymes with Snoop? And I'm assuming the answer is poop. And that joke was written apparently by Dr. Dre. So see the synchronicities of life. Or whatever. Okay. What was this? People actually use adverbs. Yes. Do they even talk about adverbs anymore? I am Groot. Okay. All right. Is who a real doctor? Am I a real doctor? I am. Oh, Dr. Dre? I don't know. It's questionable. We did a whole thing on that other guy, as long as we're covering rap stars, I guess. What's his name? 2 Chainz? No, Flava Flav. All right, I'll hit you with that one. Here's Flava Flav. And
Someone should get fired over this, right?
It's up, man. They don't fit. You know what I'm saying? They kind of.
Yeah, I gave my look some new flavor.
The La Vega flavor.
Remember when Flava Flav had that reality show?
I'm Flavor Obama.
I'm trying to get that Flava Flav.
Just getting ready to kick some mad flavor in your ear.
Don't flavor hate, participate.
Sailing for man, the weird and strange things he sees. Sailing for man, sharing them with you. Sailing for man.
That was someone's getting fired, is what that was.
They got a twofer on that because see, his name's not Flava Flav. Never has been. His name is Flavor. It's Flavor Flav. It doesn't even, it's not smooth, right? Flavor. I'm Mr. Flavor. Okay, enough of that nonsense. Let's go on to some new nonsense. Where is it?
This week in scary space news.
Okay, I thought I'd include this, just because for those of you that aren't familiar with the lives of
Morning, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see just how evil NASA is. First, we're going to look at Earth's orbital speed around the sun. How fast does Earth move around the sun? 600 miles per hour.
Wow, that's a quinky dink.
Speed of the globe's orbit. Next, curvature in 1 mile squared. According to Pythagorean theorem, 0.67 feet of drop. 8 inches converted to feet is 0.66667 feet. Curvature in 1 mile squared. Check. Earth's axial tilt, 23.4. But when you take 23.4 and subtract it from 90, a right angle, you get, believe it or not, 66.6. Again, axial tilt confirmed. Now let's take a look at the Antarctic and Arctic circles. Oh, did you like that? 66.6 degrees north and 66.6.
A lot of coincidences.
South. Now let's go over the diameter of the moon. This is a new one. I actually didn't know. It's 2,160 miles. But you take 6 times 6 times 6. There you go. 2160. The surface temperature of Uranus.
Giggity.
Oh, there you go. Negative 216, which is 6 times 6 times 6. 216. Oh, you thought we were done. Let's do Pluto's orbital velocity. Scroll down here. Oh, there we go. 666. The speed of sound in knots. Speed of sound. Oh, well, look at that. 666 knots. The Earth's circumference in nautical miles. Oh, 21,600. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Again, 600 times 6 times 6. Another coincidence, 21,600. How far is Mars from the sun? 1.666 astronomical units. Now let's look at Ceres' synodic period. And just as you expected, 666. Again, the devil's in the details, ladies and gentlemen. Saturn's orbital distance in kilometers. Let's take a look at the numbers.
And that's a good point, as if anyone's measured Pluto's orbital velocity. That's just another one of the tricks that they do. They just throw out facts and figures and numbers, and there's no way to verify any of it. Any of it.
Oh, 1,426,666,000.
And this guy's an actor. They're all actors. They all have IMDb pages. It's just the role he's playing now. More signs and symbols. And you know what's fascinating is when I was first waking up to all of the lies that NASA tells us, my wife came to me and said, "Did you know that this looks like a serpent's tongue?" And I was like, "All right, now you've gone too far." And damn, it wasn't 100% right after I realized what they do and how much money they steal from us, and how most of them are ex-Nazis. So yeah, pretty fascinating stuff. And I'm not talking to everyone in NASA. I'm talking to the higher ups that know what's going on. There's a lot of people, hardworking people, that have no idea, and they think what they do is they go to the moon, but they don't. Let's just stop pretending we went to the moon. Okay, so let's put that in here. Anybody that wants to look that one up, paste over there. Why else in this live? Get on live. Okay. And then Rockfin people over here. 7 beautiful people. Thank you for being over here. And I do appreciate that. And if you do sign up for a premium Rockfin, please, put my name on it, because that helps me too. And if you're going to sign up, it'd be sweet if you chose my channel. Okay. So there's that. Scientists are creating an artificial aurora in the sky to conduct experiments. Because, see, I've been saying this, a lot of these, aurora borealis. When I was growing up, I always remember it in one area and the northern lights and stuff. And now they're seeing them all over the place. Well, now when you read about it, of course, they're using this stuff to create the phenomenon, to do whatever. I don't know. None of it makes sense, but they say they're doing it. See, that's the other thing. They can just say they're doing something because something's happening in the sky and they don't want you to question it. So they'll just say, "It was us." It's like, "Oh, okay. I just saw a thing go by." "Oh, that was Starlink." "What's Starlink?" "Don't ask." satellites. They're together. Why are they connected on a line? Don't worry about it. Okay. Meanwhile, this is bad news for the people that think that all of everything grows from the molten core and bursts through the earth and shoots out crystals and diamonds and stuff. The Earth's surface is now leaking water down to its core. Are you people listening? This is some scary times here. There's a water level that they never knew about in the Tootsie Pop. Because, again, we can go over this. We haven't looked even through the entire area of this little black line. We haven't even gotten down maybe a tenth of that. And you're going to tell me what's in here. Yeah, okay, sure. But now, in addition to that, they found a second core, I believe, or a third core. And now there's apparently water seeping into it. And so I don't know what that means. Is that going to cool us down and we freeze? Well, then they'll have to change everything because I thought we were doing global warming. We'll go back to freezing. That's what Spock said was going to happen on that. He used to have a show. What was it called? Strange Happenings on Earth or something. And he said there's going to be an ice age. And that was what that show was what, in the 70s, I think. And so maybe his prediction's coming true. And that whole Spock hand thing, it's just another Freemason sign in your face that we were all doing. Didn't know. It's how easy it is to do that to us. What's next? This I only put up because isn't it funny that they always like to talk about Uranus? So this is what it looks like to fall into Uranus. I mean, it's all potty humor with these people. It really is. But it says, bet you didn't expect it to be purple. I mean, come on. But then when you actually read it, guess what? This is just an artist's conception of what they think is happening in this article. We never see anything. We just see colors and cartoons and some kind of, let's see, a model of the Galileo probe that entered Jupiter going into the atmosphere, more like Uranus. I mean, so this is going into Uranus. This is what it looks like. It's purple. Anyways, just, I don't know. It's like arguing with a 10-year-old. They just makes up stuff like this. NASA's decided to pause their Mars sample return mission. Why? They're not getting enough money from you. Isn't that ridiculous? So they wanted to get $949.3 million to bring back the garbage, the nonsense that they say they collected in, what was it, Devon Island, most likely. And because they're not getting all their money right away, they only get $300 million only. And then they have to submit year by year for the rest of it. So they're going to leave Johnny Five on Mars and not collect his samples. Or we could have someone go to Devon Island and probably pay a lot less to retrieve him. Just saying. And why is he saying that island? Well, go look it up. We've shown it. That's just, that's where they test all their Mars missions on. But yeah. Okay, what's next? Did we get through all this? Okay. Oh, we did that. That was the... Oh, this one. Here we go. 10 celebrities who predicted their own death. I know we're kind of jumping around. But hey, you saw how the show started. Why wouldn't it end the same way? 10 celebrities who predicted their own death. Yeah, NASA keeps pretending to go to Mars, right? But they can't get back to the moon, but they were going right to Mars. So, okay. What are we doing here? So yeah, you got Buddy Holly said he dreamed he was sitting in a plane while Santiago dreamed of a fireball descending from a sky crash into a field. And you know the whole thing there. He crashed in a plane. Mark Twain said that he was born when Halley's Comet came around and he was going to die when it came back, and he did. Mikey Welsh, nobody even knows who that is. Well, I don't know. Somebody does. But he said he was going to have a heart attack in his sleep, and he did. This guy, I don't even know who he is. What did he die of? He said he could easily die from someone hitting his motorcycle on the freeway. Well, that's pretty easy to predict. And then the same day, well, that's kind of weird. He said it's easy to get hit on the 210 freeway, and that day he got hit and struck by a Hyundai Sonata. Shoot. Okay, Arnold Schlo... A Hyundai Sonata. Well, it does? Well, there you go. Arnold Schoenberg. How do you know? Schoenberg? Oh, Australian. Good eye. is renowned as one of, I can't do an Australian accent more 2 seconds. I can say good day, and that's about it. So let's see. What's happened to this poor guy? He had a fear of 13. He turned 76, and some nice friend of his said, hey, you know, that equals 13. He spent the rest of the year in horrific anxiety and agony. July 13 came around, and he, what did he do? He spent the day in bed and died 15 minutes before. I don't know. How do you die just from being anxious? I guess he stressed himself to death, it says. Wow. That's some crazy stuff going on in Australia. You know, with all the things in Australia that could kill you, right? There's everything. There's the giant spiders and the snakes and everything in Australia is trying to kill you. This guy survived it all and then died because of a number. That's crazy. That's wild. James Dean, he said he did a TV commercial, and he gave advice to teenagers and said, take it easy driving. The life you save might be mine. And then, of course, he died on a car crash. This basketball player, Pete Maravich, he said, what did he do? He died of a heart attack when he's 40, and he did. That's kind of weird. Bob Marley, what did he do? He told his friends and associates he didn't expect to live beyond 36. He was diagnosed with skin cancer, and he died at 36. Yeah, that's a little question. I don't know. Tupac. Yeah, that was weird because he did Tupac did a song where he raps, I've been shot and murdered, and I can't tell you it happened word for word. And then, of course, that's how 6 days later, that's how he checked out. And then, you know, Diana, where she said that someone's trying to kill her. Oh, here, my husband's planning an accident in my car. And then, of course, she died under that thing. So, yeah. So, I don't know. It's just odd that there's so many that call the shot, right? As Babe Ruth used to do. Does he still do that? I don't know. Here's a Notorious B.I.G. Let's see. He predicted his Tupac dollar. Wonder how many dollar signs he has. And, okay. Well, that's enough of this. It gets a bit much. But you can look into it. It's just there's so many coincidences. It's hard to dismiss, honestly. Oh, John Denver, what did he do? Leaving on a jet plane when I'll be back again. He didn't die on a jet plane. He died of stupidity. I think it was because he thought he could fly, and I think he was in a plane he built himself or something, and he misjudged a mountain or a melted building, as Jen would say. So, okay. Well, anyways, that's enough of this. Let's get off of that nonsense. Oh, this is more important. You know how many people don't realize that their favorite handler has killed people? I cover this guy all the time. He was one of our favorite handlers because we grew up with him, loved all his movies. But that doesn't take away the fact that he killed 2 people. So here's WDE star killed someone. Caitlyn Jenner, of course, that one was famous because that was a weird one. I think Bruce Jenner was drunk and crashed and killed someone. But then between that happening and the trial, he became Caitlyn, I believe. So I guess that was his way out. I didn't do it. Bruce did. I don't know. But he was cleared by wrongdoing of prosecutors because she didn't do it, right? Bruce did it. Charles Dutton, this guy was in all kinds of things. And what did he do? He stabbed a man to death in 1967. So, but he got 5 years at least. But I didn't know he killed someone. This gal Brandy crashed into someone, killed him. Aaron Hernandez killed the dude. He was on the New England Patriots. He went to jail. But a lot of these people escape justice, you know. Things that normal people, if they had done, they'd still be in jail most likely. Keith Moon killed someone. What did he do? This is good. So an intoxicated Keith Moon drove a vehicle out of the situation where I guess a bunch of people were like angry. The group was attacked by an angry mob, it says. And he ran over someone drunk, but he was cleared of all charges. Vince Neil, vehicular manslaughter. See, he was also DUI. Whoops. DUI. Got in a car accident. Let's see. And 2 people got seriously hurt and 1 lost their life. 15 days out of a 30 jail sentence. He was drunk driving and killed someone. 15 days. Who's this? Not sure who they were. Took out a gun and shot someone. He was a writer. Snoop Dogg, what did he do? He was part of some kind of assassination of somebody. But him and this other guy, his bodyguard, they were acquitted. Don King, same thing. I mean, you could go through all of these things. It's just pretty fast. Oh, here you go. Matthew Broderick. Man, he's such a good handler of mine. But so it wins 2 Tony Awards, but he is with Jennifer Grey. He's over in Ireland. And it originally, see, this is how it's getting whitewashed. It originally said DUI. Now it just says he crossed into the wrong lane for an unknown reason. Yeah, because he was a drunk or whatever, stoned, whatever, DUI. And he killed a mother and her daughter. And he was charged with careless driving and fined $175. He killed 2 people. Laura Bush, no one cares. Phil Spector, he lost his mind, that guy, and he killed someone. I don't know what happened to him. And Ted, I think, did he get charged? What did he get? Because that went on forever, and they did like an HBO series on it and stuff. He was tried twice and was ultimately convicted of second degree. Oh, so maybe he's in jail. I wonder if they let him keep the wig or if he's bald, like in Superman when they take what's his name, Gene Hackman in, and they take off his thing and Lex Luthor's bald. It's kind of cool. Ted Kennedy, well, he got many years of Congress, and everybody, even my generation, knows that he drove off a bridge with some woman. Kopechne, I think is her name. Is it in here? Yeah. Mary Jo Kopechne. They were leaving a party. Shockingly. I wonder why she was with him. In any case, they drove off a bridge and plunged into the water. He gets out and escapes. She dies. But he doesn't tell anybody. This article leaves that out. He doesn't tell anyone until the next day. And what is his punishment? It's our punishment. He became a congressman for the rest of his life, and no one cared that he killed this woman. Everyone knew he did. Just like Robert Blake. That was a crazy one. He supposedly was in an alley with his wife. They'd gone to a restaurant, and they went back to their car, and he forgot something at the restaurant. And he goes back inside the restaurant, and she gets shot and killed by some, whatever. And that was his story. But they say that he killed her. And he never did. He was acquitted. He never did a day in jail. But he had to pay $30 million. So isn't that fascinating? So they don't have enough of evidence to convict you criminally for the murder. But they have enough evidence to convict you criminally for the murder out of your pocketbook. Because see, these guys, they have money. I mean, I don't know, Robert Blake, he hadn't done anything for many years, but that's all they have to do is just have someone write a check and they skid by, right? What is Sid Vicious? I don't know. Let's see. I mean, everything Sid Vicious did sounds like he was going to end up in jail, so I don't know. Let's see. Chris Benet is a wrestler. What did he do? I don't even know. Oh, God. I don't want to read that one. That's pretty horrific. And what is this? And then, of course, the most famous one is OJ. And he's actually written a book that says, I did it. That's the title of the book. Or it says if in really small letters. He wants everyone to know that he did it and got away with it if it ever happened. Because don't forget, you got your 33 in this article right here. So who knows what happened? Because isn't that another fascinating thing? Like, we only read about these stories. We don't know any of these people personally. We'll most likely never get to know them, thank God. But so let's say OJ, when he went to jail, because they finally got him on some other crazy, stupid thing. So he goes to jail. How do we know? Because every once in a while on the Enquirer or whatever, there's a picture of him in shackles or like with a black eye that they couldn't do that makeup somewhere. How do we know he's not still living in his mansion that whole time? No one could ever get to wherever he lives. You know, it's fascinating to me when they say that they quote went to jail and then they're out. What kind of jail do they? What kind of jail is Bill Cosby in right now? Is he in jail or did he get out? I don't even remember anymore. He might have roofied me. I can't remember. I've forgotten. What happened last night? Why do I hurt? Okay, what's next? What is this? How'd this fall under the radar? What is going on here? I just thought this was interesting. The weather, that they're predicting that the carbon dioxide levels are at a 4 million year high. Again, with the numbers, they can't ever produce how they have this evidence. The World Meteorological Organization, they released the latest greenhouse gas bulletin, and they found that those levels are similar to 3 to 5 million years ago when major coastal cities were underwater. So how do you know this? That it wasn't 3 million or it was 4 million, whatever. And none of this makes any sense. Who took the records 4 million years ago? And just know that there's a lot of weirdness going on. Iceland, they say, is about to just completely explode in a giant volcano like Pompeii any second, they say. Sorry if you live there. But it's just constant fear. But this is pretty crazy what happened here. And so there's a lot of people that are being evacuated. And then I think I just heard before I went on air that there was a 7 point something earthquake over in the Philippines, in the Philippines, in the Philippines. And it's like, I remember when I was growing up, if it was a 6 or higher, that was huge news. Now it's like we're having them all the time. Of course, they blame it all on, cow farts. But it's wild times that we live in. And so that's why I always say on this show, regardless of what you think is happening in the world, whether it's happening or not in your mind, there's always natural disasters that are happening. That happens all the time. And growing up in California, we always were a little prepared because they always showed us these images, right? And so all I can say is this. Just make yourself a little prepared. Get some food, some water, something so that if things go to crap and there is no infrastructure to help you, that you can figure it out for a little while until you can, come up with another plan. And that's the same thing with the spiritual aspect. If we are heading into harder times, as they say we might, a lot of people are discussing that might happen. Now's the time to get right with God. Find that connection. Find that peace. Find that comfort that takes away the fear that you don't find on the channels that won't talk about God. Because, see, that's the piece of the puzzle they leave out. And if you leave that out, well, where's your comfort coming from? Because crypto, right in the name, it talks about death, cryptocurrency. And the fiat currency we know is no longer valued. There's no money in it. So what can you do? I mean, when you look at the passages in the Bible, God says that the birds, they never wonder where their next meal is going to come from because God always provides it. And if the hairs on your head are numbered, you're definitely, in God's eyes, more important than the birds. Sorry, birds. But that's the way it works. And so if you're struggling and you can't see your way through it or around it, that's what he's there for. People don't reach out to God unless there's an insurmountable struggle that they can't see a way through. And that's what he's there for. Well, why does he do that? Why can't he just smooth the road so you don't have to ask for him? Well, what kind of relationship is that? Now you have God as your servant, right? Do my laundry, right, Alice? It's like, You just want him to do everything and never talk to him. Well, you wouldn't ask that in any friendship, would you? So why is God any different, right? We come from him. So what's the big deal? If he is doing these things, thank him. If you woke up today and you had hot water to take a shower, if you do that, but if you had hot water, or if you had a meal, or if you had a roof over your head, it's what's wrong with thinking those things? You don't have to sit there and make a whole big Megillah, as they say in my original religion. Don't make a whole Megillah over it every time. You can just say it quietly to yourself out loud to him. You can do whatever you want. But don't always just think that you can only talk to him when life is troubling. That's one of the best times to talk to him, to say, help me. I don't know why I have to go through this. It's more than I can take. I need your help right now. But what about the times that are good? Once in a while, look up and say, hey, thanks for that. That was awesome. God, that's wonderful. Things like that. Have a relationship like you would with any other friendship. That's all it's about. He's not just a magic genie. I have one of those. He's not just a magic genie to make dreams come true. He's there to teach you. He's your father. He's teaching you how to live. He's teaching you how to survive, and he's teaching you how to find your way home. So that's what this all is. All of this. All right. What else do I have? Let's see. I covered all these things. We're short on this time here. I always like to give you 2 hours. But let's see. So what do we got? Oh, hi, Brenda. Thanks. Oh, yeah, thank you. Well, look at who's there. I'll tell you what. And I like your name is way shorter. His whole name was No Despair Bear. That's way too much to type. So he went with the NDB, right? I got you. I'm the same way. So, thanks, Laura. Okay. Was Megillah Gorilla Jewish? Why did he say? What did I say that he used to say? I remember that guy. That's funny, Megillah Gorilla. Boy, that goes way back. Shoot. Okay. Did he used to? I must have said something that sounds like a gorilla. What is this? I say thanks every time a screw comes out easier. Right? I mean, why not? It's no big deal, right? You know what's funny? I'll do it with just everything. Like if I want to do something on the farm and I need to start up some machinery to do it, like splitting logs and stuff. That's what I've been doing all week. It's backbreaking work, but man, is it it's very exhilarating when you're done. Makes you strong like bull. But but you know what the thing is I found with farming? It's more than strength. It's some other word. What's the word? Stamina. That's what it is. It's not how strong you are. It's how long can you keep doing this movement and that movement until you can't, and then you have to wait until the next day and do it again. I say most of my life now is moving wood around, right? You cut it, then you split it, then you move it, and then you move it again, and then you move it in the house, and you burn it. And I was like, what was the point? I just burned it up, But yeah, I don't know why we got to wood. But yeah, I thank him all the time like that stuff. And I also will thank, of course, when I'm making food, I think it's about intent. And when you put that blessing in it, you ask God to put his blessing into it, it's going to come out better. And then, of course, before you eat, why not? That's a perfect time. Because what if you weren't eating that night? So, thank you. Oh, and who's this? Okay. All right. Interesting name. But I'm glad you're here, as long as you're not trolling. And yeah, God is good to us. Talk about the eclipse. Which eclipse? Is there another one coming, hon? Is there another eclipse coming? Yeah, next year. Next year, right? Isn't that the one where it becomes the Avengers? Like first we had the X and now it's the A. I don't know how that stuff works. And obviously I don't agree with the way they say it in in science, because when you look at the eclipse, and they've got math and science and shut up to explain it away, but I can see the moon. And again, I never really used to see the moon in the daytime like I do now. My God, it's out as much in the day as it is at night. Sometimes I see the sun and the moon in the same sky. And except during eclipse. During eclipse, you can't see the moon at all until it's covering the sun. And then this last eclipse, it came from the wrong way. In addition to that, the light that comes in that's normally parallel from the millions of miles away from the sun suddenly does the Star Wars move, and it cone shapes in and then comes out as the umbra and penumbra to give us that spectacular display, according to science. They never really go into why it turns red or any of this other stuff. So what's going on there? I don't know, but I know it's not what I'm being told. So I don't know how much more about the eclipse I can go over, because I as I say on this channel all the time,
I know nothing. Nothing.
There are no experts.
Okay. All right. So where are we at now? And is this to me, Groot? Love you too. Will we all meet the face? Wouldn't that be beautiful? One of these days. That'd be great. Oh, you watched Miguel Gorilla too? Yes. Okay. New to the show. Hi, Tobin. A handler. A handler is someone, well, like these guys. Oh, wait. Don't you run away. I almost had her. Sarah was there. We were so close to seeing her. Maybe someone will grab her. Maybe. A handler is like this guy.
That's very true.
Okay. So when I was growing up, apparently I was sort of a latchkey kid, and I had a lot of screen time with these people, with the TV people, with the musicians, with the movie people. A handler, the way I describe it, is someone that's put there because they're very good at their job. That's why they're so talented, and they put them into these positions. Oh, we got Sarah timeout. Hang on, I'm going to keep answering this, Tobin, but a lot of people want to see her, and she hasn't been doing a lot lately. Get all of them. Did you get all the souls? Get them. Algorithm. He said Sarah will steal everyone. Get him, Sarah. She doesn't fight me anymore, except not on camera. Come on, fight me. You gonna fight? Come on, let's fight. Yeah, your heart's not into it. All right. Born free. Okay, handler. So they're very talented at what they do, and they always have a message that they're pushing along with it. And it's getting more obvious now. I mean, you can't watch any televised vision programming or movie or whatever, anything new that's coming out. They push the agendas so strong now, it's not even subtle. But you can go back through all the things, and you can look back through. I mean, what was it? World According to Garp. John Lithgow was like one of his first roles that I remember him in, and he was playing a someone that had transition, and that was like new back then. And so it's like they tell you where they're heading society subtly, and they slowly walk you and slowly boil the frog. I mean, in the Brady Bunch was shocking for its time because there really wasn't any divorced families back then. And they were both widowed and married with all the kids, and they slept in the same bed. But if you go back before that, in the I Love Lucy days, they had separate beds, right? Her and Desi Arnaz, or Arnaz, however you say it now. Or the fact that he doesn't even say that his famous line, Lucy got some splaining to do. Doesn't say that anymore. That's how I started my channel, even, was going over those. Let's see, where's that one? I still have that on here. Maybe I don't. I could have taken it down. They made me take a bunch of stuff down. Here, this one. Okay, Get rid of that. Get rid of this. And so the reason I call them handlers is when you go back to someone that they say a lot of celebrities have handlers, someone that's keeps them in line. And so I use that terminology because that's how I felt these people have been in my life and your life, that they were there to keep you in line, to follow the agenda wherever life they wanted to take you. But then when you get to like, you go back in time, this I Love Lucy, you know, he never said, you got some splaining to do. That's a Emmy for me. I don't want to copyright if this musical hit. So his name was not Arnez, like I remember. That's the way I remember it.
You got some splotting to do.
You've got some explaining to do.
Because Lucy's got some splaining to do.
This never happened. It will shock you how much it never happened.
Do you remember all those episodes of I Love Lucy? Remember when Ricky had all those funny sayings and he'd laugh? And then when Lucy would be in trouble, what would he say? I remember, Lucy, you got some splaining to do, as well as many other people, including the multiple clips I showed you. And there's hundreds of more clips if you look online. Everyone has said this saying, except one person, Ricky Ricardo.
It never happened.
Satellite tracking continues.
That sounded like one of my first videos. 3 years on that one. No, but it's been re-uploaded. But yeah. So so these are our handlers. The people that walk us through so that we accept things later on in life. You know, the somewhere along the line, we've learned these different patterns and things and recognitions from all these people that have come before and handled us. I guess that's the best way I can describe it. So how do we get rid of that? Okay. So I hope you got that. Let's see. Yeah, we went from Brady Brother to Big Brother. And it was interesting. One of the reasons that show I did that they said they couldn't monetize, even though they still put commercials on it, was where I was showing back in the day of the Bradys, they would have parties where they would get the kids together to get chicken pox or whatever. And the idea is everyone got it. And once you had it, you never get it again. But now when I showed it was that, what's that one that goes dun dun, Law and Order, one of those with that same gal that's been doing it for 100 years. She was all upset because someone sent their kid to school with chicken pox and they started talking about outbreaks and lockdowns and quarantines, and doesn't she know that they could kill I mean, it was just like, and the music was just like dun dun, you know how it goes. And the juxtaposition in just whatever that is, the last, say, 40 years. I mean, I think once they put the boxes in the houses, that was the main push. Once they got the TV boxes in there where we can see, because before that, you really only had going to a movie, I guess, and radio. But once you could get their faces there right in your living room, and then the movies you could get there eventually too, we were off and running. And here we are, as Hillary likes to say, and here we are. So, yeah, they call them influencers now. Exactly. I guess that's what you would call them. You're right. And what a weird thing that people become influencers for nothing, for doing silliness. Ridiculous. And you're hiring the A team? Well, this is the C team.
That's very true.
Okay. What's next? All right. Who else? Oh, you like I handled the cat? Oh, yeah, Sarah. I used to, if you go back on my videos, I've done almost 50 of them, I guess, where I'll make some food, and then in the last a year or so that Sarah's been at the end of them, and she does a lot of karate fighting. But then that whole thing happened with the writer's strike, and she fell into solidarity, and she's not been acting since. So I'll keep an eye. If I can film anything, I definitely will. Okay. Enough of the televised vision, no belt? What do you mean? What's going on? Too much televised vision talk? Get a belt. Okay. Scooby-Doo is more scary. Yeah. Let's see. Okay. All right. We good? Let's see. Do we have everything else here? What is this? Radio got things rolling, starting with Germany. Yeah, right? Yeah. And isn't that what that whole War of the Worlds they said supposedly scared a whole bunch of people with the whole alien invasion back then? Sure. Yeah. That's funny. Probably most likely true. And all right, did I get everything else? Let's see. We good? Anybody else have another question here? I don't mind taking some questions on here. And if you ever want to, you can write to me too. My email is ceilingfanman2020@gmail.com. So, yeah. Bob Marley is here. Dude can't spell definition. Oh, okay. You were talking about some show guy. Okay. Hopefully I'm not the show guy. And Jenny's talking about Korean barbecue sheep beef short ribs. Okay. So the whole chat is there. Got their. Let's see. I'm going to go back down to the bottom here. What do we got here? Okay, Crazy John. Whatever. What is the meaning of life? What was it? Shoot, what was it? Was it 42? I think that's it. 42 is the meaning of life. Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. There's a weird reference that I happen to know. So, what do we have? Parachute with an alien suit. Shaggy doesn't have an Adam's apple. Yeah, that was a weird one. Shaggy always had a big Adam's apple there. It's pretty crazy on that one. Yeah. Meaning of life. We just did that one. 42. Okay, what's next? We're looking for a professional ending for this show. Well, good luck with that. Oh, you hate cats. They're stinking. You're allergic. Well, I'll tell you something. I was not a cat person until Sarah showed up. I don't know why people have allergies, but it's something to do with the dander or the cat or the house or something. Because I've proven it. My mother came and visited, and she has terrible allergies and didn't have any problem with Sarah. So I don't know how that works. But sorry that you have that. What about the dogs? Sarah gets all the credit. Yes, I know. But they're bigger. I can't really hold them. So it doesn't work that way. Okay. Are we good? Video killed the radio star. Okay. Well, I think we're rolling down to where I've kind of run out of things here. But yeah, I plugged in almost 2 hours, about 2 hours. So sorry about this one. It was a bit of a mess, but hopefully we had fun. I did. I appreciate y'all for being here. It's what brings me to do this every week. And so hopefully I've entertained you a little bit for this week. And what is this? One more question. The blue beams over San Francisco. I don't know about those. There's a few people in the chat that live out there, so maybe they do, but I'm not familiar with that. So thank you, Catherine. I appreciate that. Okay. Well, that's it. Okay, it was fun. You're welcome, and you're welcome, and happy Shabbat. Yes. And God willing, let's do this again. That's going to be Black Friday. Holy cow. So maybe there'll be some specials. I don't know. But yeah, so we'll see you after everyone's been fed and fat and happy. We'll see you next Friday, God willing. And if you're having a gathering, what a blessing. And even though getting family together at these times, a lot of times is one of the worst things. A lot of havoc happens. So try to find the blessings within it. Try to avoid the conflicts, the confrontations, even if that means you have to turn the other cheek and walk away. But, and for those of us that they don't have anyone that's going to be celebrating. That's why these days are really tough during the end of the year when everyone's celebrating with family. And so if you are alone, you're not. There's a lot of people that are experiencing the same loneliness as you are. And that's, again, why I'll do my best to make sure we're here so we can get together for a few hours and everyone can talk and commiserate. But please reach out and do that. No, you can reach out to me, but reach out to God. Make that connection. You won't be disappointed. You won't. And what else do I have to say on that? I think that's about all I have to say on that. And so if you are alone, if you are depressed, if you're wanting to check out, don't. That's the time that you need to ask for help. That's the devil talking to you saying, give up. It's not worth doing it anymore. That's not God saying that. That doesn't come from him. That's a voice in your ear. It's the same one that Eve heard to say, try the fruit. What could go wrong? That's the voice you're hearing. Don't listen to it. Shake that off. Write to me. Call a friend. But reach out to God and tell him you can't take it alone. You need his help. And that's why he's there. And that's why I'm here as a messenger. And that's all I am. I just speak his message. I ask him to talk through me every show. And a lot of times I don't even remember what I've said. So, anyways, I hope I've brought some entertainment. I hope I brought some comfort. And to everyone out there, thank you for being here. God bless you. May God watch over you and your family as we go through these times. And may he bring comfort and peace to all of us, to our loved ones, to our family, to our friends, to our neighbors. And we find that peace and patience that we're looking for. So we can all, as I forgot who said in the chat, that we all get together one day and just group hug. Thank you, Father, for all of our blessings. In Jesus' name, amen. Okay, so how's that? Amy says, awesome. Yes. And now you know, you're welcome. Okay. And we have you all. Yes. And we love you all. All right. So I do my best. And even though your name is interesting, thank you for that. That's very sweet. Okay. What's next? All right. So with that, I think you're going to get this.
Class is dismissed.
All right. And then last thing to do is play the outro music. So, yeah, it's a long way for a group hug. Hey, we'll figure it out. Right? Thank you very much, Bobby. I appreciate that. So, and love you right back. Where'd she go? Love you all and love me. She loves me and she loves everyone else. All right, laters. Okay. God bless. And so, okay, I got to play the music. You guys, I love you all. Thank you very much. And we are out of here.